stadiums north and south?
I don't know. I don't really think about stuff like that. I'll just go to practice.
Okay. I thought that might be the case.
TJ, did you watch the Pac-12 championship game?
Yeah. It was a good game, man. I have some friends both on USC and on Utah, so it was good to watch them and see them go out there and compete. Of course, I was hoping that we can somehow find a way to get into the playoff, and that happened. So I thank God for it, and I think God was working right now and trying to make things shake for the Buckeyes, which is good. So yeah, I'm feeling blessed.
I mean, it feels like the vibe before that game was, I mean, the season's kind of over. You guys are hoping some things swing your way. As you're watching that, and it looks like Utah is going to win. Are you kind of getting a little bit more excited because it looks like a window might be open enough for you guys?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's just nature of the beast is losing games, and then the moment you're feeling so low, you can get back high in the click of a snap of a finger. So it's a cool feeling, man.
How are the days leading up to that Patrick Jefferson game, more importantly, leading up to that announcement that you guys were in been for you personally, given the way you were answering questions, your vibe was like after the loss to Michigan? How had you kind of handled those days leading up to that announcement that you guys were in the playoff? And how did your mood kind of swing when you felt you saw you had another chance to kind of build on your legacy?
I mean, yeah, I was really just staying prayed up, just being around family. I had some family out here for the game. They stayed like an extra week, so I was really just with them. I didn't really want to hang my head down because I mean there was so many other things to be proud of and so many great things we did this season. Of course, like you don't want to lose, and being a competitor, of course, you're not going to be happy all the time. But at the same time, it's really no point to hang your head down just because at the end of the day it's a game. It's not life or death, but we do take it serious. And I did take it serious, but even though when I was feeling low, I had hope somehow. Like, that's why I never really got too sad or too mad or too angry, just because I kind of had a feeling in the back of my head that I didn't have last year after that game, that we had another chance, and that was kind of a cool feeling.
It seems like some people after the Michigan game were really quick to judge your legacy on maybe 3 or 4 big games there. Do you pay attention to legacy, and do you think it's decided by just 1 or 2, dare I say, bad contests?
It's not up to me. I can go out there every Saturday and do what I have to do, execute my job, and if somebody has something to say, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm CJ Stroud, and I hold my own opinion. I hold my own critique, and my family is really the only critique that I really care about than myself and my coaches and my teammates and of course God. So yeah, if that's what they think, that's on them. So I know who I am as a person, I know who I am as a player, and I think my teammates know that as well, which is even more important to me. So
CJ, would you feel like though maybe you have a little bit of a different chip on your shoulder right now, given how everything ended, but you still have that opportunity in front of you?
I mean, I was born, I think, with a chip on my shoulder. Well, I wouldn't say I was born with it. It was kind of made that way. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever lose it. And it doesn't surprise me when I go through stuff that other people may not, or I might be the first to go through things like this. It doesn't surprise me because, like I said in the interview, when you pick up the cross and you rock with God, you get ridiculed for it, and things happen to me all the time that I kind of know why it does. And I don't want to get all into that, but I think half of it has to do with some of my personal beliefs, and I'm not saying that's the issue. People are entitled to their own things, so at the end of the day, when you're on the field, though, all that stuff really doesn't matter. And you got a job to do, and people are going to judge you for it, and people are going to take out the anchor of their personal lives and be angry at you and things like that. But to me, I mean, that's a personal problem to me. I'm blessed, and I have so many good things going on in my life that I have nothing to worry about. So,
CJ, Marvin he made just about every All-American team this season. I mean, he obviously had a breakout season. What did you see in him this season as what made that possible, other than, I mean, obviously a bunch of big plays and great catches?
This is work ethic. He comes in here every day, every night. And, you know, if you ain't here, Marvin's probably in here. So just the work ethic speaks for itself, and it pays off when you put in that work, and it combines with our game plan and with everybody. It's not, I think Marvin admits to this dude, it's not just him. It's the lineman that blocked for me to get him the ball. It's the running backs training for an extra second. The tight ends coming down on the crunch block. Whatever the case may be. That's what makes other players special is football is such a team sport, so it takes everybody. And I think Marvin is definitely somebody who will admit to that, but he's special, man. You can just tell, and he'll continue to do great things.
And with Coach Day talking about you guys playing loose, I mean, how much does that go for this passing attack? I mean, obviously a talented Georgia secondary, but I mean, how confident can you go down there and make big plays against a very talented Georgia team?
I mean, if you want to win, that's what you got to do. You can't go in there timid or second guessing yourself, and you got to really just let it loose, let it hang, and go all out. So I mean, that's kind of how we've been practicing lately. These last couple days have been really competitive and a lot more good on good. So it's kind of just getting us ready for that moment and those plays to be made.
So, Jay, you turn on the tape, you see Malachi and Chris Smith and Keely Ringo. What are your first impressions of those guys that you guys are going to have to throw into?
Yeah, they're all really good players. I know Keely from recruiting, and know him. He's a good dude and hell of a football player. Leaking of those guys do a great job of they're really good at man, press man, off man, zone coverage. They really can do it all. So it'll be a test for us, and it'll be fun. So I know they're looking forward to it, and we are as well. And it'll be a good matchup. I know everybody and whoever's the college football fans been waiting for this matchup since last year. So I know it'll be a lot of emotions, a lot of fun, really. So I mean, I tip my hat off to those guys watching on film. They do a lot of good things, good communicators and things like that. So we got to be on our A game.
Do you see the LSU game and see the success that they had going downfield, saying, "Look, there is a path, there is a way that we can play downfield." Do you get some good feelings out of that?
I mean, that's LSU. We got to play Buckeye football, and if that means we have to run the ball, then that is what it is. If that means we got to throw it, then it is what it is. In these type of games, you got to just find ways to do it when it works for you, in my opinion. So what LSU did is what they did, and I'm pretty sure they're fixing those problems right now, just like we're fixing our problems that we've had. Problems have always been there, and this is a good time because you have about a month away from playing in that game, or how many days, and you want to fix those things and problems. So I'm pretty sure they're not just going to let us do what LSU did, and they'll have some wrinkles and some things new that we haven't seen on film. So, and that's my guess on that. And I mean, LSU did a decent job, but I mean, Georgia's a hell of a football team, so they're good, and they're not just gonna let us go out there and run the same coverages and do the same plays as LSU. We got to be original and be creative. So,
for what your responsibilities are as a quarterback, are there much differences in preparing for a team who's a 4 down front versus a 3-4 scheme?
I mean, we've been kind of facing similar fronts every other week, to where they do go 4 down, they do go 3 down, they do go bear, which is 5 down, and mix it up and things like that. So, I mean, the preparation for me when it comes to protections definitely plays a part into that. Just to know what I'm looking at, know who I got to slide to, who my matchups are, and things like that, and knowing numbers and game and players and stuff like that. Who's down, who's up. So yeah, it plays a part, but I think it more so plays a part into the run game. So yeah.
And knowing when you know the pressure is coming, was expected at least to come from the interior, versus maybe an edge rusher is maybe the problem. How does that impact the way you go about things, and how does that impact you as a quarterback?
I mean, honestly, it depends on what type of game it is. I know that if it's coming from the outside, then I probably got to step up. If it's coming from the inside, then I probably got to push back or step inside or something. So really just, it has to do with my drops more than my mental. I try not to look at it and look down the field and really just figure out my problems before the play snaps and do it that way, just so that I'm not worried about a rush. And I know my lineman got me, and I don't really be back there worrying if they're going to pick him up or not, as long as I give them the right ID and make the protection call right. So, and I think I do a decent job of that and fix some issues that we have. So,
CJ, what do you remember about 2020 in the playoff and kind of watching Justin prepare for these games? What could you take from that to use for this one?
I think the thing that Justin is so special is that he's a competitor. He's going to put it all on the line, and I definitely think that that's something that I watched as a freshman and seen him do. So I'm really appreciative of having that time to see kind of how those games are played. And honestly, like, the thing that Justin was really good at, he was very confident in himself, confident in the team, and went out there and just let it all go. So that's something that I want to do, and just be confident and not go in there and just realize it's just another football game that God wouldn't put me in this game if he knew I wasn't ready. So I definitely think that I'll have some fun and just be competitive like he was in 2020. And, really soak in the moment, soak in the crowd, and just have some fun.
How much motivation is there for you to finish off a season where Jackson couldn't do it and Trevion couldn't do it? They couldn't make it to the end because of injuries, and you had this opportunity in front of you to finish the goal that they wanted to accomplish with you.
Yeah, man, I thank God for it. Of course, I want Trey and Jackson, other players that are out to play, and honestly, like, it sucks. I feel so bad for them, and they work so hard, and honestly, the stuff that people are saying to them is crazy, man. Like, especially Jackson. I don't go into back and forth with people and try to prove them wrong or right. I really don't get into that. It really doesn't matter. But it's sad that we really put our lives on the line and our bodies on the line and our mentals. And I'm not saying other people in other careers don't, but people judge us so much because we have a scoreboard and we have a result that people can go look up online. And that makes it kind of tough, man, just because look at Jax. Like, his last game he really played was a Rose Bowl where he had 300-something yards, 3 touchdowns, and people look at that as the standard, and that's the expectation for every game. How do you live up to something like that every day? You know what I'm saying? And he has, like, the work he puts in. So it's kind of it's bittersweet. So I know that people were talking about how he should play, and y'all have no idea the stuff that he's been through this year, like no clue. So who are people to talk about my brother like that? You know what I mean? So it kind of gets me a little angry that people try to make it seem like he's not a team player and that he doesn't care about his teammates. That's the total opposite wrong. I'm on the phone with him every day. House practice, bro. I'm watching film. I'm doing this. I'm helping out the young receivers. He helped out Marv so much this year. He helped out Mac, those dudes who had to step up. Same with Trey. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's unfair for people to kind of try to ridicule Jackson or Trey or anybody who's out with injury, because that's the worst part of this game. And something I've been doing lately is just, of course, I was a little upset about the game and losing and things like that. But Bab questioned me. He was like, bro, do you know how many things you have to be thankful for? Like, I mean, he told me to go home and just pray and think about all the things I have in my life. Like, I'm able to wake up every morning with a sound mind. I'm able to breathe. I'm able to walk. There's kids in the hospital right now that can't run, but they can't get up. So, like, there's so many things to be thankful for. And just because you didn't win a football game, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I take it very serious. I mean, I live it. A lot of people just watch the game and be on the couch. I live it every single day. I'm the one who getting laughed at on TV and things like that. And yeah, it's somewhat unfair that people have that type of opinion. And I don't know. I'm sorry if I got away from your question. That was on my heart. And yeah, but I just want to go out there and do it for them. Really, do it for those guys who didn't, like Marcus Crowley, who maybe have never played again in his life, our old running back, and another brother of mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's people like that I want to do it for, that I care so much about. So yeah.
That's clearly I mean, you just got pretty emotional there talking about that and protecting Jackson and protecting Trey, talking about Marcus Crowley. Behind the scenes, how have you guys kind of dealt with some of the backlash sometimes you guys can receive as athletes, especially coming off a game that you're not supposed to lose? It's a rivalry game. How have you guys dealt with that behind the scenes?
I know as a team we stay tight. That's something that Coach Day was really preaching, is that we can't splinter, we can't point fingers, but we do have to solve the issues, because the issues are always there. It's just they highlight when you lose. And for me, it's just been a lot of prayer, man, a lot of thought, a lot of fellowship with my teammates. Like, we have a Bible study with Coach Walden every week. Those have helped tremendously. My Bible studies back home with on a Zoom with some of my uncle back home, Uncle Art Hall, that I've told y'all about before, with the Ball by Faith Foundation, and things like that, man. That just kind of kept me cool, and I think that helps me to help everybody else.
Do you ever get used to this?
Yeah, honestly, it's sad that I am used to it. Like, I'm used to getting things on my phone that honestly aren't. People wouldn't be proud if they were everybody in the world were able to see it. But it's fine. Like, it comes with the terror. You have to accept the good with the bad. I don't feel bad for myself. I never will. I don't want other people to feel bad for me. My mom, like, she gets a little upset and stuff. But I mean, at the end of the day, you have to accept the good with the bad. Like, I'm so blessed in my life to have so many people I've been inspired. Like, that's the thing that keeps me going, is the kids that I see, man. I think that's why I'm really on this earth, and like, that's why I have a God-given talent, is to inspire kids. Inspire not only kids but adults as well who want to do great things in their lives, and I feel like that's my job and that's what I need to do. So, and I honestly think, like, they hated Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Like, they hated the Messiah, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. So if I get a little bit of it, so be it. If it's for His glory. To those people who are doing those things, man, God bless you, because I don't know what's wrong with you, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? And so I don't. I'm actually kind of thankful for it, because this is what I asked for. So like I said before, you can't look at the bad and like, dang, like this just sucks. But I think there's so many good things as well. So.
Regardless of how more questions for CJ, guys. Last Saturday, how much of that is a healthy perspective to see how far you've come and where you're at and where you're going, and to see that from other people and to talk to people in your family about that journey, that process, to maybe put things in perspective? Because I'm sure that this season can be a day-to-day grind. It's hard to see that out of the tunnel.
You're saying Saturday is what?
Just the voting and being part of that in New York.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's like I was talking to my mom and my cousins and my brother and my sister who came with me, and like, who would have thought? Like, honestly, like, I'm not even supposed to be here. Like, I've so many things I've been through in my life that maybe one day will be spoken to, because I want people to know my story and know that they're not the only ones, because as a kid I thought I was the only one. We were just sitting in Times Square, and I was looking at the things, and my face was on there. I was like, bro, like, I'm from the IE, I'm from the 9, where a lot of people don't make it out, you know what I'm saying, where people in my situation like lost hope, and for some reason God chose me. He put His hand on me and He gave me the mark. And so like, when it comes to that, like, I was just like kind of soaking in the moment, just having fun with it, and it was just a blessing to just be out there, be with other guys. I feel like I have 3 new friends now. Like, they were really cool dudes, all had good things to say about me, and I had great things to say about them. Really good football players, but better people, I feel. So just to be able to like kind of go out there again and for the second time and just enjoy it, man, it was a blessing. So I'm really just happy that I had the opportunity. But that's all. Like, even like when you're at your low, like God always finds a way to kind of let you know that you're okay and you're exactly where He wants you to be. So.
You know,
Jay,
I keep getting all these.
The old saying goes, tough times don't last, tough people do. The adversity that you guys have faced away from the field, has that made this team tighter? And as you talk about the brotherhood that's here, I just heard the way you defended your teammates. Has that brought you guys tighter?
Yeah, of course. It's been, we call it really Ohio against the world, and we call it the Woody against the world. People take that as you want to take it, but at the end of the day, I feel like we know what we have in this building, and even if we put it up on, like, games are like, that's what I was talking about earlier, like football and sports in general are highlighted because you have a scoreboard. Like, we know what we have in this building, we know what we can do, and just because on one specific Saturday and one certain Saturday or one game, that doesn't really define who our team is. And of course, the game does define our season, and we lost the game, and it was the worst feeling ever. But at the end of the day, like, we put in so much work to like make people smile and things like that. And I'm not saying like it's a burden or anything. It's actually a blessing. So when it comes to that, like, it's just, you have to accept the good with the bad, like I said before. And like you said, tough times don't last, tough people do. And I mean, everybody in this building I'm looking at is pretty tough to be going through what we're going through, and to have that chip on our shoulder now and just be motivated. So, yeah, I think that statement is true.
CJ,
Last question, right?
Even Dom asked me the other night on TV, I mean, what is your legacy? Do you feel like everybody's just talking about legacy this, legacy that? You just touched on coming from the Inland Empire, and getting to where you are now. What do you feel like is the mark you've left here at this point? Win or lose a game?
I mean,
your faith, etc.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've done a lot of good things here while I've been here, and it's not done. Like, that's the thing that keeps me grounded. I'm not done here. I mean, I don't know how many games I have more. I don't know how many seasons I have left. Like, I've 3 years eligibility. Like, it's not done. So, at the end of the day, my legacy will live on at Ohio State. Just what I've left here, and if you ask my teammates, man, they'll speak highly about me, and I think that's really, and my family, and I think that's all that matters. The community, I've done a lot of things in Columbus to reach out and try to give back to the homeless and give back to less fortunate and kids. So, I mean, at the end of the day, Saturdays are Saturdays. One Saturday doesn't define who I am as a person and my legacy as a football player. I have a lot of football left ahead of me, and my career is ahead of me. So I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for these next games. I'm not going to live in the past of what people maybe think or don't think, and they think I have the it factor, or they think I'm not tough or anything. all that stuff is funny to me, man, because no one was talking like this before this game, and people don't know what I was going through the game. So at the end of the day, like, you gotta just accept the good with the bad, and that's okay. And the same thing like with Jackson and Stroud is going through, like, same kind of thing. So I mean, at the end of the day, I love this school. I mean, I love this team. I love being a Buckeye. No one can take that away from me. No one can really, like, if you ask anybody in this building, I had to really adapt into this culture. I wasn't born here. I really didn't understand, but now I do. And it took me a while to get like that. So I'm actually really appreciative of that. So I think I'm a Buckeye for life. And if you don't think that, that's on you, bro. So I'm blessed.
So with all that eligibility, you're coming back?
That's up to God. God bless.